1-minute ad break before that, though.
MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell continues to claim he has evidence that China hacked U.S. voting systems and switched votes for the former president to Biden votes. In a moment, you'll hear what 24 election officials and cyber experts contacted by CNN say about those claims. Lindell is not backing down even as he faces a lawsuit from voting machine maker Dominion alleging he's defamed the company with his false accusations, and Lindell's company is countersuing. CNN's Drew Griffin went to Minnesota to talk to Lindell about his claims that threaten democracy. Here's Drew's report.
The MyPillow guy.
Mike Lindell, yes, the MyPillow guy is convinced. China hacked the election, Donald Trump really won, and Lindell has the absolute proof.
They did it in all the states, every single state.
They changed the vote.
Every single.
Capitalism is so crazy because, like, the only reason why this guy is, like, being paid attention to and not being seen as, like, the village idiot, you know what I mean, that you kind of, like, walk past, is because he has money. That's it. Like, capitalism is so wild that, like, the only thing that is different from this guy and the dude who's outside, like, yelling about how the world is ending or whatever the fuck, because he's unfortunately having a schizophrenic attack or something, and he doesn't have medical treatment for it because our government fucking sucks, is the amount of money that those people have. Like, when he has that episode, people are watching. It's like people are watching, people are still paying attention to it, even if it's to make fun of them. The other guy can't even put fucking shelter over their head.
Single state.
And you have the proof.
Yes.
That will show
I have the whole data.
The actual exchange of votes.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
It is, of course, complete nonsense. Despite every piece of so-called evidence Lindell has presented so far, 3 videos, a lawsuit, screenshots he sent to CNN, there's still no proof that the election was hacked, and that's according to 24 cyber experts and election officials contacted by CNN.
100% evidence.
When Lindell released his so-called evidence,
it's wild because, like, it's the same fucking, it is the same energy as everything else.
Nice shirt, Dad. Keep up the drip.
There are experts for these sorts of things that have, like, studied this shit. There's so much proof to prove the opposite, but people are like, I don't care. This guy is saying what I want to believe. So fuck those experts. I'm sure there's a multitude of reasons for why they're actually not credible and wrong. And the guy who's telling me what I want to hear is right. Anti-vaxxers go through the exact same thing. Flat earthers do the same thing too, even though flat earthers don't have that kind of impact on the planet. Climate change denialists do that too.
In videos like this, fact checkers quickly found out it was evidence of nothing. These images are just publicly available voter data, scrolling across the screen, not proof of election hacking. So Lindell changed his story, saying now the real evidence will be revealed at a cyber symposium, streamed live with MyPillow discounts available throughout. And as further proof, he sent CNN a preview, 6 different screenshots.
You sent us this on Friday.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's just one piece of 1.2 billion lines of data from the election. Okay, within that will be timestamps of when it happened. There'll be flips in there.
So we sent this to our own experts. He said that it doesn't show any specific actions of any kind, election-related or not, and it's proof of nothing.
Okay, so he said that's nothing, huh? Well, he's wrong. Then you didn't hire a cyber expert.
We didn't consult just one cyber expert. We consulted 9 top election security experts who told us Lindell's screenshots were extremely rudimentary metadata and completely ridiculous. We also reached all 15 officials from the 15 counties where Lindell says, without any proof, votes were hacked and switched. Lindell mentions some of the counties in his videos and lists them out in his counter lawsuit against Dominion Voting. They are counties that use paper ballots counted by systems not connected to the internet. Every one of them told CNN there is no evidence they were hacked by anyone.
You identified 15 counties where the votes were switched. We contacted all 15 counties, red and blue. red and blue.
That doesn't matter.
And we couldn't find a single person that said this is even possible. They say, are you mistaken?
Right.
They think you're wrong.
Right.
The bottom line is they have paper
Right.
ballot backups
Right, that's
that
good.
prove that they were not.
So you guys went and they let you audit there? They let you do a full audit, CNN? You guys did a full audit on 15 counties, huh?
We did what Lindell did not do. We went to Delta County, Michigan to see how the election was carried out. Trump won here, nearly 2-1.
The state, Michigan, entry point owner, Delta County.
In his videos and his lawsuit, Lindell claims someone in China hacked the election system here and stole away precisely 3,215 Trump votes and turned them into Biden votes. The Republican county clerk, Nancy Przrocki, finds the allegation laughable for one main reason.
It is never connected.
Johnny Harris be like, well, these experts obviously have an incentive to say the elections are not hacked. Yeah, of course. Cybersecurity experts saying that the election integrity is actually intact. Seems kind of suspicious. I found out that the cybersecurity expert also provided cybersecurity for the elections. I don't know. We brought in the foremost authority on cybersecurity, who also, of course, consulted the government on cybersecurity. Turns out, you know, that's kind of sussy, dude. That's a sussy little baka he was.
Connected to the internet.
Never
Connected to the internet at all whatsoever.
Not only are they not connected to the internet, the votes are cast by hand on paper. Voters scan their ballots into this Dominion scanning machine where 2 digital storage cards keep a tally.
Ed Solomon was portrayed by OAN on his network as an alleged expert mathematician. In reality, however, he's a convicted felon who, at the time he was interviewed by OAN, was working as an installer at a swing set construction company in Long Island.
The paper ballot goes right into this bin under lock and seal.
And that container is sealed.
And just to check that everything went okay, they conduct audits, comparing the paper ballots to the results on the computer. And in 2020, it was an exact match.
Let me tell you something, folks. China sent in Chinese pens and pencils. Okay? Hear me out on this. Okay? Actually, I should be doing his, I'll do his accent. China brought in Chinese pencils. Many of you don't want to talk about the Chinese pencils. We went down to the voting area and we found all the pencils in the trash. These idiots forgot to put the pencils. They forgot to dispose of the pencils. And we found that it's actually all made in China. So, of course, the Chinese pencil manufacturers are in on it, and they were actually working to make sure that Joe Biden was elected instead of the President Joe Biden, or instead of the President Donald Trump.
Audited 3 different precincts, and they matched exactly. So
what would you say to somebody who made a documentary that, among many counties, accused your county of being the victim of a Chinese hack that changed the vote counts?
I would say that didn't happen in Delta County.
A Republican-led Michigan State Senate investigation found out it didn't happen anywhere. No evidence of widespread or systematic fraud.
I don't think you really understand how votes are cast, collected, and tabulated in this country.
Okay, you know what? I do, but what you don't understand.
Tell me that wasn't an accurate MyPillow impersonation, by the way. You know what I do?
Is they can get, after they're tabulated, they can get hacked after the fact, which they were, because Donald Trump was going to win anyway. Donald Trump was going to win anyway.
The paper ballots
you
which
didn't
were
do an
cast
audit to match them up, though.
Were audited against the machine
No, they weren't.
count.
No, they weren't.
In these counties,
No,
they
they
Mike.
weren't. No, they weren't. Who told you that?
The county officials.
Oh, did they tell
it.
you that? Well, they're going to have some answering to do.
No matter who says there was no widespread fraud in the election, whether it's local election officials, secretaries of state, judges, or even Donald Trump's own attorney general, Mike Lindell's conclusion is the same. They are all wrong.
All these county officials are lying?
I don't know. They might be misconstrued. We'll say misconstrued because they don't realize what happened.
I'm going to say they're misconstrued because my legal team is telling me that I'm no longer allowed to say they're lying on purpose because I have far too many lawsuits by the nanny state coming up my ass. These guys, they're very litigious. They won't let me lie about what they've done.
Lindell says his information comes from multiple sources, all of them super secret. He claims he's spent millions on the project and also claims he will give $5 million to anyone who proves him wrong.
Mike, you can make up anything.
Who can? No, you can't. This is where. No, this is
just going to have a demonstration.
No. This is where you're wrong. We're giving it to We're giving it to the cyber people that show up. We're going to give them each state. Here's a state, Georgia. They can take it up.
Okay, remember how we were talking about you can overdose on copium? I take it back. You literally can't. If this motherfucker hasn't died of copium, then it's physically impossible to die of copium. Okay, a copiate addiction is not going to kill you no matter how hard you try, because like this man has taken the most amount of copium in the United States of America. There's no one as copium addicted as MyPillow, brother.
You could possibly be the victim of a scam here.
Well, then why don't you?
Then again, it could be the fucking tolerance he built from his many years of doing crack.
Take it apart.
You could possibly be the victim of a scam here.
Well, then why don't you come to the symposium and make $5 million? Are you worried about me? We should give a hug. You're worried about Mike? Oh, God bless you.
Here's what we're worried about. We're worried that what you...
Dude, this is the funniest interviewer, dude. Like, I love when mainstream media, like, remembers that they're fucking journalists and shit when they're, like, covering dudes like Michael Lindell. Because, like, you know, Michael Lindell is not a part of the fucking in crowd, right? So he can get away with just, like, being an actual fucking journalist.
What you are doing is mistakenly or deliberately destroying the confidence in the legitimate elected
You're only funny when you make fun of people? Aw, thank you.
president of the United States and fostering what could be
You know
real
what?
damage
I never
to
said
this
anything
country.
bad about Biden or the Democrats.
You
Ever.
have
Never.
You
Wrong.
have through this
No, I have not.
investigation.
You pull it up.
and
You're
this-
lying now. You're lying.
Mike,
I said
listen
the
to what I
Democrats
said.
warned us. No, you're lying. I
No,
said the
you're
Democrat
saying that
Party
you're
warned us of
saying
this.
that
And this will be a
Joseph
great...
Biden was illegitimately elected.
I'm saying that China did an attack on our country
And that the wrong person won.
That's right.
The people who have watched your video believe what you say.
100% over.
If you're wrong, isn't that very dangerous?
But yes, but I'm not wrong. I've checked it out. I've spent millions. You need to trust me and come there.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I trust him. Drew Griffin joins us now. Do you have any reason to believe that now, after months of this, I mean...
Why does CNN give him runtime? I don't know. 1.5 million views since August 6th is a good reason. He's entertaining as shit. CNN doesn't give a fuck.
He has never offered proof of anything, and there is no proof, and it's been debunked.
I love that he literally did the source trust me bro meme, by the way. I'm telling you the truth. My source, just trust me.
It's like his support for sham remedies. I mean, he has a history.
And it just, the conversation, as you could tell, Anderson, goes round and round in circles. And I'm telling you, after our discussion, I'm not convinced Mike Lindell understands how voting works, period, let alone that he has proof of a massive voting conspiracy. And like you say, he claims to have all these super secret sources, but he never shows those sources, never shows their proof. There's very good reason to believe all of this is linked to recycled conspiracy theories from the past, all completely discredited. Lindell says, no, this is new. He's paid millions to check it out. But
I know you're not gay, but would you marry Anderson Cooper if he proposed? Yes.
You know, as we've seen so far, it just does not hold up, period.
Yeah, Drew Griffin, appreciate it. Thank you.
That Vanderbilt money, dude.